Yeah, I mean, so I think when you look at the serious games market, it's interesting to try and see what strengths do Europe have that they can play at. And I think, I mean, Europe is, for good and bad, very diversified. It has a very large variation how to do education. We have different hardwares, we have different ways of doing things. And I think that will help us in terms of finding new ways to use serious games that you don't have in more equal countries like the US or the Asian societies, where they have a more, we do education in this way and we have some quite tight curriculums. You also have that in some European countries, but you don't have it in all. So if you can kind of get this mix in from different arenas of Europe, you get a very interesting mix that can, I think, create new applications for serious games and some interesting businesses in the long run. Yeah, if you kind of look at serious games and the future, I guess it's always hard to kind of say where it's going, but I mean, in some ways I think serious games, the future is now. I mean, it's very close to see that games are becoming mainstream in the sense that ordinary people think about what we could do with them, and that opens up a number of different avenues for making serious games in health, in schools that we as game developers or as researchers can't think up ourselves. So that's a really interesting trend that is more soft. But I also think that there's a trend towards getting new and different devices, biofeedback, neurotransmitters, 3D cameras, touchscreens, all these interesting new technologies that are maybe not new, but they're getting down to a price level in the next 5 years that makes it possible to have it in a completely different way. I mean, it's not something you have in university, it's something you have in your classroom, or it's something that you have on your museum, or it's something you have on your cultural heritage side. So there's a lot of new ways to use these applications, becoming much cheaper and much more, much easier to do it. So I think that's really interesting.